Can we see it? Or you want anyone to see it yet? Do you want to wait till it's finished?
No, I don't know if you can see it. Can I lift
You
it?
can get your leg up. We can have a look. Come on.
23.
Oh my God, you're a bit stiff, aren't you, mate?
Look,
I thought Milan not do yoga.
Look at that. I'm Kyle Walker.
And I'm Michael Brown.
And welcome to Kyle Walker Podcast in Milan and him in Manchester.
Do you know what, right? It's been a while. We've got all new screens, new branding, new microphones. We've gone from green, now we're red. Red and black, all stripes down it. The podcast's back. It's exciting, isn't it? Why? How come we've gone with these colours?
It's exciting, and I think obviously with me being here, you being there, it's a little bit of a different format, but life in Milan, a little bit more to talk about, can be probably a little bit more freer with expressing my, opinions on the Premier League and stuff like that on the English game. We've not been so much directly involved in it, but I think it'll be a different and exciting season.
Because of my paddle experience, now good I am on the paddle court, they were going to call this podcast "You'll Never Beat Michael Brown," but they've decided to change it to the Kyle Walker Podcast. It's all about you, isn't it? It's your podcast.
I
didn't even get a little bit underneath. I didn't get even a little bit underneath, like, like in small print. And
featuring Michael Brown.
MB, or even like a little MB like sign at the bottom on these new mics.
No, I'm not taking all the credit for it though, mate. You make this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Without you, it wouldn't work. So thank you for that.
What about, right? I'm sat in Salford.
Yeah.
Usual stuff, and you're in Milan. It sounds a bit good, doesn't it? Do you know, like all the shops, the going out to eat, the culture, the weather's going to get better as well. I need to come out there and do some podcasts. I mean, we nearly made it together, but this one's not happened, is it? The first one off, and I thought I would have been together, but we'll say maybe episode 2 or 3. We'll have to be there together. Sat somewhere nice.
You're more than welcome. I've told you, you're more than welcome to come out here whenever you want, mate. Obviously, life's just been a little bit crazy for the both of us. So when the timing's right, I'm sure you and the kids and the family will come out and we can see Milan.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm sure you're living somewhere very nice. It sounds so good, doesn't it? Milan. I can't believe it. Did you have to sing a song?
I did.
What did you
sing?
sing?
I have to sing a song. Valerie, Amy Winehouse.
Smashed it out the park. Easy.
Yeah, go to.
Loving it.
Go to. I was a little bit nervous. It's the first time in a long time that I've been nervous.
It was snowy, nervous. You just settling.
I had to get up on the chair. Like
Mike
asked me, Mike Mignano, the goalkeeper, he came up and asked me, and he kind of, he wanted to ask me, but he felt he didn't really want to ask me. But I just said, listen, Mike, I'll do it, no problem. Jumped up on the chair, smashed it, got everyone up dancing. The manager even jumped up dancing, so
with
I thought
his
it was
cigar.
A good icebreaker.
Did he have a cigar out there?
He didn't have a cigar. He didn't have a cigar.
Singing along?
No, but it's always, when you're thinking about it, I was thinking about it all day, like, are they actually going to get me to do a song here? Like, really, they can't, can they? And they did, but I thought that it was only respectful for me to actually jump on it and, get on the banter.
You know what? It's weird, isn't it? When I went into the dressing room, when I first got to new places and you go into play, like, I went to Sheffield United, when I went to Spurs, it's just a strange feeling. I think for you going into there, though, it's like they're looking at you going, oh my, they've won absolutely everything. They're looking at you straight away, seeing if you do anything wrong, they go, questioning it at a footballer point of view. So it is a little bit sort of nerve-wracking, isn't it? Do you know, when you go into dressing rooms, I feel like
I think
you've got people watching you all the time.
I think like what you've just said there, I can remember going to the dressing room at Tottenham, and they sat me next to David Bentley. 2 seats down was Defoe and Crouchy. And I was looking and thinking,
good fun there along that line.
Yeah,
yeah. That's nice.
And I was
thinking,
nice and then I'm just thinking to myself, like, I was nervous, and I got in first because they got me in first when I was at Tottenham, like, before everyone came in. But going into the Milan dressing room, it was more like what you've just said, where you kind of going in there and, people looking at you, they're going to be watching what you do, trying to, emulate, we'll say, my certain routines that I do, if I'm going to the gym, if I'm doing the right things in the right way. And it's just trying to set an example. I think I've come here at a good point in my career, what you've just said, where I've won a few things at City, just a few. And it's about
There he is again, just
on.
dropping in. 16
just
or
about passing
17,
on?
if anyone's forgotten. Not
17, thank you.
So
it's just about passing on the experience, and hopefully, the quality that we've got in the dressing room is frightening. Listen, we all know it's not been a great season so far. We can finish the season well, but with the quality that we have, we need to make sure, with the manager, with the players, that we, whatever happens next season, we hit the ground running and we start at the tempo that we need to start.
Do you know what? For me, do you know when the move come about, and I was sat, maybe a selfish point of view, because I'm thinking, oh, how sad would it be for you to go, for you to leave, because you've got a good relationship, we do a lot of stuff together, and then you're all of a sudden finding yourself going to be at a new football club, a new challenge. So as a mate point of view, I was sort of going, does he really have to go? And, you get to watch it at Man City every week, and I just want the best for you. And then obviously you're up and gone, and that's football, isn't it? How quick it happens, and different challenges, different things. And it seemed to happen quite quickly. Although for us, it sort of, for people outside, it happened really quick. But for us, it sort of took a little bit of time, doesn't it? It's never straightforward anymore. They take a while to get done.
Yeah, well, as you just said there, we have a good relationship, mate. And I was even ringing you daily. You're obviously ringing me, what's happening? Is anything happening? And I'm speaking to you. And from the inside, it didn't go as quick as what people think from the outside. But as a footballer, you don't really think about things. I think it probably hit me 3 weeks into being here. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I've just upped and left. But in football, I think when certain things come or certain opportunities come, you have to take it. You have to take it. And for me to experience a different league, for me to experience a different culture, for me to play for a club like AC Milan, I don't think you can turn that down. And when, they want you or you want to go there and you want to, have a new challenge, I think these certain clubs in the world that you kind of can't say no to.
It took a bit of time, didn't it? And then you're thinking, you have that decision to make. And that's the hardest thing for me as a footballer, where you go, right, this is it now. It's on. All the ducks in a row are there. I've got to push the button. Because certain things change, don't they? Whether it's to do with contracts, terms, locations, clubs. And then all of a sudden it just falls in, and then you go, right, it's now. And then you have the strangest feeling go through your body where you go, like, there's no way, it's now that decision you've got to make.
Well, I was, obviously the talks, it didn't happen overnight. So obviously there was talks for probably a week, 5 days. And you know me, I had my stuff packed. I was ready. I wasn't playing for Manchester City, so I wanted to play football and I wanted to come to Europe. That was a big thing for me, to either stay in the Premier League or come to a big team in Europe, because my ultimate objective is trying to get to 100 caps for my country. And I had my stuff packed and everything like that. But, you're ringing me, I'm saying, no, nothing's happened, nothing's been sorted, nothing's been agreed. And obviously the two clubs needed to come to a deal first and foremost. And then obviously then you sort out your personal terms and everything like that. And then it kind of, there's a process to the madness.
Yeah, you've been with Pep so long as well, haven't you? Such a long time in your career.
No, and I've got no bad words, nothing to say negatively about Manchester City. I mean, what that club's done for me, both on and off the field, is incredible. It's incredible. When I look back at it now, and when you kind of take yourself away from the bubble as well, you think how lucky he was. That's no disrespect whatsoever to any of the other clubs that I've played for, but the 7 years that we had there I don't think it will happen again in football.
Mate, the joy on your face at times when I watch, because you don't get excited too much, but at times in that blue shirt, when you've won certain things and you sort of come over, whether it be on the pitch after a game and do an interview or whatever, and then see you afterwards and start having a drink, and you just start with a medal around your neck. And what it brought to you was it's sensational. Me, for obviously never won anything like what you did, but to see and watch it, and you don't get phased too much, but some of them moments, I mean, Champions League final after that game, and then 4 in a row when you lifted it. It just was it was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you look back, and I think, as I just said before, you look back and you take yourself away from it, and you think of what you've actually achieved and what you've gone and done there. It's special. It's special. I mean, you know me, I'm bored. I'm bored, stiffless in this hotel. And I've started doing tattoos
I'm surprised you're still talking about it now. This podcast. I'm
Yeah.
thinking that's about 10 minutes. Now.
I've started doing
itchy.
tattoos. Yeah, I've started doing tattoos again. So
Tattoos? Have you anything on your leg?
Yeah, I'm doing the bottom of my leg. So I've actually just got Tuesday night. I got 4 in a row. I got 4 in a row tattooed on my leg.
Oh.
But I just think it's something. I've got the bottom of my leg is my football journey. So I've got the stadiums that I played at.
Can we see it? Or you want anyone to see it yet? Do you want to wait till it's finished?
No, I don't know if you can see
it. You can get your leg up.
up.
We can have a look. Come on.
The hips won't work that much.
Come on, get it up. Here we go. Where is it?
Can you see it?
Is that the blades? Where can we see it? You got
blades.
To go, are you? That's the
blades. There.
Come on, show
us.
We need to see. What's that number? 20 what?
23.
Oh my God, you're a bit stiff, aren't you, mate? Look, I thought Milan not do yoga.
Look at that. Can you see that? Wait, this camera can zoom.
Stiff, so man. Can we get another one on the 4 in a row?
Do you have this?
What, a tattoo, mate? No,
it's a legacy number. It's your legacy number when you play for England.
Mine's on the sole of my foot.
When you play for England, so you get a number, Brownie. I'll teach you a little bit here. So I'm the 1,178th player to represent England. So that's my legacy number.
Very good.
So that's been put right there. And then
come on, 4 in a row. Can we get it? Can we get it on camera? Have we got it on the side?
Can you get it there? It's there. Can you see it?
Oh, there it is. We can see
it.
There it is.
4 in a row.
Fantastic.
4 in a row. So going back to it, to lift it as the
do you know what as well? People can go to the BBC Sounds YouTube channel and have a look at your tattoos. Not all of them, by the way, because there's some good and some bad, but we won't discuss that. But that 4 in a row one's there. And the legacy number. We've learned something about you. Fantastic.
I've got the San Siro. I've got Villa Park. I've got White Hart Lane. I've got Bramall Lane. Wow. I need to get Sixfields and Loftus Road next.
Well, that's next. Well, you obviously got a bit of time in your hands in there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you get one of Zlatan? Do you know, he's the man who convinced you to go, isn't he? Big Zlatan.
No, I'd rather he's a present, I'll tell you that. He's a present.
Did you get a bit, you're not like starstruck. Did you get a little bit of an aura with Zlatan?
I wouldn't say I was starstruck because I played against him. So I've seen him before. So it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I've not seen this incredible player that's, represented all these fantastic clubs. But he has an aura, and especially around Milan and around the building when I signed for them and everything like that, you can just see the presence that he has and the respect that he's, developed in the city, from the, the staff, the fans, and the players as well when he comes around the training ground. Everyone is still like a player, but he's got a different role now. But the aura that he has is incredible.
Mate, he's brilliant. It was funny, like, he was sat with you and you go, Zlatan's been on. I was crying. Yeah. I was laughing. Going, no way. Has he? Zlatan just saying, oh, right, I'll see you tomorrow when we go. Quick chat when you sign. Brilliant, isn't it? That's class. Doesn't get any better.
It was good.
It's a great tool for them to have, isn't it? Zlatan just ringing people up.
I mean, it's what he's done for this club, what he's done for the city, what he's done personally in himself for football. He deserves everything that, that he's got and the aura that he's got, because I think only certain people, you have certain players. I think the only one probably like that I could probably relate to is Rooney. But we look at Wazza in a different light because we know him personally. So we see Wazza with the kids, Wazza just being Wayne. We don't see him as Rooney.
It's amazing how understated Wayne is at times, isn't it? He just comes along with, chills out, comes on, sits down, nothing, and you wouldn't think he's what he's like. But so Zlatan is similar. Does he feel like he wants to have a bit of a laugh all the time, or is he quite, a bit of both?
No, I think he's very serious. Obviously, he's got a different role. He's got a different role where I had the pleasure to play with Wayne, and he was the captain of England. and everything like that. But I think two different personalities completely.
Wayne's itching to come out to Milan. He was straight on the WhatsApp group saying, right,
Yeah.
we've got to get out. We've got to watch a game. We haven't done it yet. So that needs planning very, very quickly, because that could be an interesting weekend with Wayne. That'd be interesting. We've got to get us out there. Yeah. He wants to come on the podcast as well. So that's it.
Why don't we invite him? You come out. I've got it. You come out to Milan with Wayne, and we'll do a podcast here, and you can be a guest on the podcast.
It's a no-brainer.
That'll be all right, won't it?
It's all the way, isn't it? That's it. We'll get it in about episode 4, season 2, season 3. We'll sort that. But
Yeah,
do you know what?
Season 3, season 2. We're not going to keep the fans waiting that long.
No, season 2 we'll be doing it all. The thing for me is, right, do you know, like when you went, I thought, oh, England caps is so important. You've had a relationship with Thomas Tuchel over time. You're having a conversation with him. We know that, like every other England squad member has. So that's something of a desire, isn't it? 100 caps, as you've mentioned already.
Yeah. And, I think the only other black player to get 100 caps is Ashley Cole, deservedly. So if I can be, the second black player to reach 100 caps, you look at, the likes of Sol Campbell, Rio Ferdinand, these players that never actually got to 100 caps. If I can go and do that, it'd be a great honour for myself. And that was, a big relief when he gave me the call.
It's a big moment, isn't it? Because World Cup, trophies, getting so close. But yeah, 100 caps. I mean, some going that will be, wouldn't it?
That'll be another tattoo as well. I'll stick a cap with 100 on it.
Let's hope there's 3 numbers and not 2 then, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I just want to be able to, just to say that I've represented my country 100 times. I remember having a brief conversation with my agent back when I first got called up at 19, and
10 to 2 feet, Mark Rankin.
Yeah, Mark Rankin, you played with him. So I remember having a conversation with him. It was at the Grove Hotel, because that's where England used to stay, and Glenn Johnson was playing, deservedly. And Capello was very much, he wasn't like Southgate, where Southgate kind of rotated. Capello had his team, and that was his team, and he would go for that. And I was going on camps and I wasn't playing, and it was kind of like, well, I'd rather, have that week off or 4 days off. And, being a young, naive 19-year-old, you don't really look at the bigger picture of it. And my agent was saying to me, listen, just get to 25 caps, and you'll be fine. You can say you represent your country at 25 times. So to look back at myself now at 34, saying I'm on 93 and I want to get to 100, I'd have probably never said that at 19. But I think that just comes with experience and age and, naivety at 19, where I just didn't really, well, I wanted to be there. I wanted to obviously represent my country, but I didn't really want to go there and just be on the bench, when you're playing. I was at Aston Villa at the time, so it's like, you're at Aston Villa, I'm playing every week in the Premier League, and then you go in and sitting on the bench. You don't really want to do that, but it's all part and parcel of the process.
Yeah, it's hard in that transition now, but I mean, to finally get there, it was just like the longest wait, wasn't it? We were all sat there. We'd had about 3 leaving dues. We'd been here, there, and everywhere. We could discuss that later on, I'm sure, in the episode or in the next one, regards to our little leaving dues. There's some good stories there.
I don't think there was leaving.
No, but there was for the family, wasn't there? We had a couple of days with family, but we can go into detail. I think that's later on. But you had to say,
the papers in England said we had 1 leaving due when we went what did we sledging?
We were sledging
with the kids, and they said it was a leaving due. But apart from that, we had 1 meal at SIBO.
Yeah, but we can tell a story. I want to tell a story later on about that, because I think it's quite funny. But you had to say goodbye, didn't you? Did you get a chance to say goodbye? Obviously, with the conversation with Pep and the teammates.
No,
did you get to say,
Yeah, I said to the team manager, player liaison officer, I said that I wanted to, say goodbye to the lads in the canteen before I left, when I knew the deal was complete. And he actually texted the whole building. So there was 150 people there, and I had to say goodbye, which was a little bit nerve-wracking, and it was sad, because as much as, people might have this persona about me or whatever, I did speak to completely everyone in that building, from the cleaners, to the cooks, to the kit men, to the physios. There was the lady there, Emma, that would just be behind, the counter and serve you food or, get you drinks and whatever. And even when I looked over at her, I wanted to cry because it was like every day I've said morning to you and give you a cuddle. And all of a sudden now I'm not going to see you anymore. And you don't think about that when the process is happening. But then when you come to say goodbye, it's hard. But after I say my goodbyes, Pep got up and spoke and said a really nice, message to me, just saying thank you for everything. But listen, it's not over. I'm just on loan here. I've got to take that into consideration that I can go back. Obviously, both parties need to, come to an agreement come the end of the season. And listen, the chapter's not fully closed, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you see what happens, but it's hard walking out that building. I had it when you leave certain clubs and you just know you loved it there, but sometimes your football and your mates and everything are not important because it's your next role, it's your next job that you've got to move into. And it's very sad because as well you're cautious thinking, oh, is it going to be as good? Am I going to like it? Are the people are going to be as funny? And you have to make those decisions at times, isn't it? But it was also for the fans, Kyle, as well. City fans are incredible, aren't they?
Yeah.
The way they've got unbelievable support that you've had for so long. And, you can only be thankful to them.
No, they've been incredible from me from the get-go. Obviously, there's certain parts of any season that, fans don't appreciate or say you're having obviously good or bad moments, which they're entitled to. They pay their hard-earned money to come and watch Manchester City, so they're entitled to their opinion. And obviously they're passionate fans that travel across the country or across the world to go and see Manchester City. But from moving from Tottenham, you can't. I always thought like they paid a big fee for me back in them days.
Big. It was big at the time, wasn't it? Everyone was thinking, "Oh,
now
he's getting on a bit."
Now it's a drop in the ocean, isn't it? But at the time, it was a big fee, and you're kind of thinking, right, you need to live up to this expectation. I didn't really feel pressure because I knew the league, so I knew the players, I knew the league, but I still had that price tag over my head that you kind of thought, okay, you need to go and deliver now. But hopefully, City fans appreciate the service that I did for them.
They do,
and the
I think
success,
and the
success that we brought.
They do that.
Yeah.
I mean, the success is just a joke, innit?
Yeah.
Trophy after trophy after trophy. I mean, the saddest thing for me would have been as well, when you've had a mentor in Pep and you go in and you sort of go, right, shake hands, see you later. And, thanks a lot. Those just meetings between you are so tough, aren't they?
Yeah, and it's never easy. But I think one thing with Pep is that if a player not wants to go, but wants to explore out, I'm going to say, explore a different avenue, he's never stood in that player's way. I think with him, being a top player playing for a top club and managing these top players, people are going to have different desires or ambitions to go and, do certain things with their career. And I just think for me, it just came at the right time. It came at the right time. It was the right club. And I just felt, you know what, I need to go and try something different because I don't want to live after football saying I wish I'd have just explored something different. And to come to a club like this, I think it was just the right fit for me. If you're up for more insights, analysis and stories from the game, look no further than the Football Daily podcast. Plus, there's interviews with big names from across the footballing world. Subscribe and listen now on BBC Sounds. Every episode this season, we're going to discuss a milestone from my career.
A Kyle Stone, the producers are calling it. You having that or not? A Kyle
it's not
Stone?
bad. That's nice. It's nice, isn't it? Nice little ring to it.
Is it really? Are you sure?
Yeah. Kyle Stone.
Well,
John Stones.
John Stones, Kyle Stone.
Love him. Yeah.
So come on, let's keep it simple. Everyone wants to hear you speak a little bit of Italian. Come on, what have you got for us? What are you going to say?
Ciao.
Oh,
ciao. Come stai? Tutto bene? I know freddo, caldo, freddo, caldo, sinistra, finestra is left, destra, Yeah, sinister, see?
See,
Sinister
without
is
being
left.
rude, right? We're asking him to speak, but he's got a translator behind
No, I've
him.
not got a
And you say
translator.
I
I've got
cheat on
someone that
quizzes,
can-
right? You say I cheat
No,
on
he's
quizzes
just
and
helping
all
me with the
that, and everyone will
pronunciation
not
of
hear the
the
pronunciations
words.
and all that. Yeah, but we're
Yeah.
asking you about whether you're any
Sinistra,
good or not.
destra. What else do I know? Baño is toilet. Baño is toilet.
He's behind you.
Important.
Have you got that? He's behind you.
Warmo.
What was it?
Manon. Yeah, Manon is warmo.
Is it, man?
Yeah, warmo.
Is
It
it?
means like man. Yeah.
And what about, can you say, come on then? Do you know when you used to go like,
Andiamo.
when you give that one
Yeah.
where you put, you know, like if no
Yeah,
one's
come on.
watching
Like,
this,
you
where
tell
you
me
like give
if
that
I
little
can
like
say it.
dummy, and then you say, come on,
Yeah.
take us on down the line, show the line. What
Yeah.
would you like? You know, I'd say, come on then, let's have a look at you. Go on.
Andiamo.
Oh.
Andiamo. Yeah. Means like,
Andiamo.
come on, yeah. Yeah. Andiamo.
So let's get back to, right, before you left,
Yeah.
we went out
Yep.
for one sort of little farewell. The one that they said was a farewell wasn't, because we actually just went
No.
sledging. We ran out of snow and started playing these rubber rings flying. there was about 15 of us, weren't they, on inflatables and sledges going down that
Yeah.
hill at Bramhall Golf Club. And
Yeah.
we had to keep coming back as races up and down, up and down. And then obviously one of the guys posted a shot of us just stood there and said that was our leaving do between 12 and 3 sledging, which it wasn't, but
No.
there you go. But then we went
Yeah.
for a nice meal in Wilmslow. This
Yeah.
was our third sort of meal, and everyone was getting frustrated, thinking, Kyle, can you just go now? Because we thought it was going to happen. You're like, well, another time.
Did we have a takeaway
And
at mine
I'm
once as well?
I'm like, Kyle, it's January. I'm not like going to any restaurant. I'm trying to be good. Oh, come on. We'll go out once more time. We'll go and have this pizza pasta. He was getting himself
I know where
ready
he's
for it,
going with
obviously.
this.
And then someone said, we've got a pub quiz around the corner in the Merlin in Alderley Edge. So we had all the kids, went into this place, and there was 3 or 4 other little tables dotted around who do this quiz every single week. Well, it's obviously the guy's got like a DJ thing, and it's all highs and lows, asking all these multiple questions. And we joined it, 2 different teams, just laughing our heads off and thinking, what are we actually doing here? But the younger kids were involved and everything. So these guys who win it every week, you win £50 food voucher, don't you, for the Merlin? And this
Yep.
guy cleans up every single week. Him and his wife in the corner, a little half a lager, lemonade, and then they're off with a 50. They absolutely clean it. So we're sat there every week.
£2,000 in their account.
Yeah,
£2,000 in their
it's
account.
not
They can
fair,
live at
is
the
it?
Merlin.
They weren't
No,
sharing
no.
it around, was that?
Every week they win it.
Tell them
And
what happened in the quiz, Kyle.
We won. We smashed it. And they weren't happy.
My team didn't win, by the way, because I was on the other
My
team.
team won.
But your team won. My
Yeah.
wife helped you, and you won.
Yeah.
But you had this multiple choice where you roll a thing and you could take points off someone else, and it ran round like that. You could take like 50 points off someone when it come round. He's just gone like that off him over there. Right, and we took the points off this geezer. He was devastated, and it was like one question, and for some reason they just pressed it dead quick, didn't you? And it was the last question, and then we're waiting to see who won. It was amazing, wasn't it?
No, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. And I think that just topped off the farewell to leave on a win in Alderley Edge at the Merlin.
Is that the best thing
and
you've ever
to-
won? Was that right up there? Like, can you get a
you
tattoo?
know what? It could be
Pub
up
quiz,
there.
Merlin.
It could be up there just for the fact that the couple won it that many times, and we've gone in there on a bit of a banter and just won, which was fantastic. So
The guy doing the quiz was that good. When you went, as you know, I
Yeah.
got him for my birthday at the end of January in the house, and had an event at home with a load of people, and he was just got everyone singing all down. Your kids were like all over the pool table, loving this guy, dancing, screaming. So we had him back. So fantastic. You missed that one, but it was a good night.
yeah, well, why don't we get him on the pod to do our quiz?
Yeah, he could come on the pod.
There's a lot of people
Yes.
coming on this pod, isn't they?
He's on the pod. He's on the pod. There
Yeah.
you go. We'll get him on. He'll be buzzing,
Done.
won't he? What should we do for episode 2? What do you think?
Probably talk about more football and more of our life, really.
Yeah, we could talk about your debut, couldn't we?
Let's go for that.
Milan
Wow.
derby.
Not a bad start, is it?
Tune into
Well,
episode 2.
Here we go. Email me at carlwalker@bbc.co.uk or leave a question or the comment in the comment section if you're watching on the BBC Sounds YouTube channel. Ciao.